Hello and welcome back to Module 2, Healthcare Facility Data and the Health Information Management Policy. In this module, we'll be looking at the healthcare facilities and the data that comes out of it at different levels, structure, and operations. Again, we will also look at Facility Health Information Management Policy, the framework or why we need one in our facility. Again, we will go back to this figure, a very important figure. The figure shows a different type of healthcare system, healthcare delivery system, and facilities where healthcare data can be gotten from. We find this in different healthcare delivery system at different levels: local government, state government, tertiary system managed by federal government, private or public or NGO owned, type of facility. So we have different types of facility in the country and at different levels. We have the primary healthcare centers giving primary health care, even though in the secondary comprehensive healthcare center, even in tertiary healthcare center, we find primary care being delivered at that level. So how's the governance structure of these healthcare facilities? You will tell us about your healthcare facility and the governance structure. It's important to know this and the extent to which data is generated at these facilities. The reason for bringing this up is for us to understand that if I were dealing with a primary healthcare facility, there's a level and extent of data that I should be expecting from that level of facility. So for the health records and information manager working at that level, he will be limited to certain kinds of healthcare data that are generated from that level. So you will know what to expect. That's the essence of looking at this, bringing this up at this level, so that we get really focused and we really get to understand the different level of care and the different type of data that comes from the care that is received at the different level of facility. It's important for us to note that. This also affects the level of data management that would take place here. I needed to bring this up again so that professionals will be aware of these resources. The Nigeria Healthcare Facility Database or Nigeria Health Facility Registry is online. That's the website there. The very important resources. It's one of the fantastic jobs that has been done by the Federal Ministry of Health again, and it's something that we need to key into quickly, because it will be taken for granted that this work is developed with the contributions or extensive exercise by the health records and information professional in the country. But you'll be surprised that maybe none. Many of us are not even aware of this registry. It's a website online that has thousands, over 40,000 databases, code numbers, level of care, type of care, owners of that kind of facility in different states, different level, local government level, wards, and all that. It's a database we need to make a reference to and make use of, and we need to know exactly how it's developed and how we can contribute to updating this, because if we know, we can cooperate in ensuring that this database is actually improved from time to time. And I can tell you that it is our responsibility as health records and information managers to support with these activities very, very dearly. Back to our health information system framework from the National Health Management Information System. Now, this policy document, again, we'll be referring to it, and why I intend to refer to it here is because one thing that we will take home in this entire course is our competency and proficiency in understanding what health records and information management policy is all about. Something that we're going to develop at the end of this course. We're going to customize one from a template and then make good use of it. Policy is a crucial instrument in data management of the resources required in health information system. Information policy is one of them, as highlighted by that document. So that's the reason we have the National Health Information System Policy 2020, the most revised version of that policy. And it contains the key resources required for a health information system include the governance, coordination, and leadership that need to be set out clearly so that there is no ambiguity. The responsibilities are well shared. That's the essence of it. And then the information policy itself, the policy guiding what is agreed, what is established, how this information is to be collected, managed, disseminated, processed, stored. The policy for it is a major resources in health information system. So every facility needs to have a policy guiding its information management. All facilities should be able to have an agreed framework on how they intend to manage the information or records within that facility. So, or it's on the basis of this that we want to pursue this. We have noted that many facilities don't have it. Many facilities don't know of it because the health records and information manager is not aware of it, does not understand what it means, the function of a policy document in the facility. Okay, so this becomes a very important stepping stone and takeaway for attending this course. Okay, so other resources in health information system requires finance and human resources, and then the infrastructure. Okay, but we are picking the policy as a key component of the health information system that is within our purview. We'll have to learn about it. We want to know how to develop one and how it looks like. So we say a policy is a written operational statement of intent, and it explains the organization's stand on a subject and why there is a rule about it. Okay, so for a policy document on health information management, it will describe how records are generated, how you intend to generate it, why we are generating it, how it will be used, what are the protocols involved in it. Standard operating procedures are tied to the policy document. Okay, so we have SOPs also coming up, a very important component of the health information management system. SOPs describe procedures, and of course it is written. So all these are written, documented information. For the SOPs, they are written set of instructions that describe how the approved and recommended steps of a particular act or sequence of event is to be carried out. Okay, so we have this definition extracted from HICA 2008 and is still relevant till today. So many facilities may have SOPs but may not have policies. And the SOPs are actually resting on the operational statement of the policy document. Okay, so we will get to understand how this works now. Protocols and guidelines are also a very important component of information management. For protocols, they are like plans, while guidelines describe principles or criterion. Okay, that gives direction to what has been developed and agreed on. There's largely a great reliance on literature and expert opinion when it comes to guideline, while protocols describe step by step, describe explicitly what the guideline is talking about. Okay, what happens, how it should be done, when it should be done. Okay, all those are part of what forms a protocol. So I think it's very important for us to know this and to differentiate them quickly. One of the reasons we need to develop a health information system policy in our respective facilities is that it helps to establish the fact that once a policy is actually developed, it means that there are certain allied documents which this policy document itself is relying on, is acknowledging, is adapting to, is trying to put into functionality. Okay, and one of such documents that is in existence is the National Health Act. Okay, the National Health Act contains information regarding what statutorily or relatively has been agreed by the country on the agreement of how the national health is to be managed. Now, in that document, section 24 downwards up to 29 contains information management, information dissemination, how records are to be generated, how they are to be kept, and all that. Okay, so it's very important that as records and information managers to know this. Many of us are not aware of this. And so putting up a policy document in the facility means that you are also keeping track, you are in tandem with the legislation and the statutory obligations that have been well spelled out in the National Health Act. Other documents include the National Health Policy, the Nigerian Health Information System Policy, are some of the policies or documents facility level actually wants to work with to real activity in that facility. That's an excerpt from the National Health Act on this slide. We need to look at it in detail. I have also uploaded this as a reference material on this platform so that we can make reference to it. For us to develop our own facility health information management policy, I have two documents here from the NHS of the UK. One has extensive detail, the other a very abridged document, which is the Cumbria Partnership NHS Foundation Trust. These are different hospitals or different facilities, but they are under the NHS Trust. We're going to use this as our framework to developing our own because it's really standardized. I have checked through quite a lot, and I think this is just basic, and we can use this to begin with. The key features of the template or the document is that it has a document identity. There's a summary to it. It has introduction, purpose, and aim of the document. Then it has a section which deals with the policy itself. And then other issues related to the policies and annexes and references and links to other important documents such as the SOPs. Okay, so those are the key framework of a policy document. All right, so this is the PDF document of the sample health record policy that has been developed by the Cumbria Partnership of NHS Foundation Trust. This is a part where I say is a document identity, okay, and then some small notes. There's a summary page of the document, okay, and then she's talking about target audience, who is it targeted at, and how's training to be made on this document, okay. Then there's a table of content of the document, okay. I have this document uploaded there for you, so you can download, look at it closely. There's an introduction, there's a purpose for putting up the document, and the purpose of it, this is where I was mentioning that this purpose is where you link up the development of this policy to other existing important documents existing in the country, or the policies documents existing in the country. Okay, so then the health records policy itself. There's a relation to the SOPs and where the SOPs are. So just to show you the document, this is a document, it's a 15-page document. This is a document we'll be using in our work as a reference material. So we understand what the framework of a policy document is, what it contains, and why we need to develop one. Okay, so I think this is sufficient enough, and we will see the detail in Module 5. Thank you for listening, and I hope that this has been useful to you.